Come closer, scorned one. Step into the light. Do not hide in the shadows. I know why you are here. I recognize that haunted look, and rarely have anyone stumbled upon my campsite by happenstance. Come, sit, and warm yourself by my fire. I welcome the scorned and the angry, the silenced and the misunderstood, grudge holders and scapegoats, the ones who suffers overbearing people, and those whose blood is boiling with righteous anger. They say the best revenge is living well, but that will not do. So I named my little enterprise the second best revenge. My services are often frowned upon, so I travel from place to place, a wandering merchant in the night, and by word of mouth and a bit of magic, the unavenged will always find me when they decide to act. I specialize in cursed artifacts intended as collector's items for arcane studies, or more often as gifts to evildoers, the ones who hurt you and got away with it. Some prefer to settle their differences in a confrontational manner, hacking, slashing, slicing, piercing, bludgeoning, and so on. What I can offer you is a more subtle approach, suited for those whose retaliation cannot take such an obvious form. The artifacts I have on offer will hurt their bearer in a variety of ways, and must be handled with the utmost care. All of them come carefully packed in boxes that shield against their effects, but once opened, only mages of great power will be able to withstand them. You do not seem like a mage to me, nor a collector, so I gather you are one of the scorned. Unable to attain justice, you seek revenge instead. Most of my customers are of your ilk, so do not try to hide it. You want to hurt someone, and I can help you reach that bittersweet goal. This is the ring of eternal hunger, a delicate silver band with an emerald gem. It may be offered as an apology, perhaps, to a gluttonous fiend who always takes more than his share. Once the ring is on the finger, it cannot be removed, and its wearer will never again be satiated by any food or drink, no matter how much of it they consume. A nagging peckishness will gnaw away at them constantly, always tugging at the back of their minds, preventing them from concentrating properly, from sleeping soundly, or ever fully enjoying anything. Behold the mirror of false reflections, ornate and mesmerizing, an oval hand mirror with intricate designs of writhing demons adorning the frame. It enhances your insecurities and pulls you in. Each time it is used, it becomes harder and harder to look away. The owner of this mirror will find themselves reaching for it often to reassure themselves that it cannot be that bad, only for their worst assumptions about themselves to be reflected back at them as unquestionable truth, time and time again. The Amulet of Misfortune is a dark green pendant with an eerie glow. It is attached to a delicate silver chain, and when worn, it is soon forgotten by its wearer. It was given me by a sorcerer of great renown that shall remain unnamed. He held grudges, that one, and gave me this for my collection. Securely wrapped and shielded, of course, as payment for a favor I did him once. The amulet attracts bad luck, causing minor accidents and misfortunes to occur regularly. It will, over time, turn anyone into a careful pessimist, always expecting the worst. If you wish to exhaust your nemesis, perhaps these boots of wandering will be of interest. They look plain and unassuming, sturdy leather boots with golden buckles, yet they compel their wearer to wander aimlessly, unable to settle in one place for any length of time. Exhausted and rootless, they will wander until sheer exhaustion grants them a few hours of restless sleep. And to add annoyance to exhaustion, no matter who dons the boots, they will always be just a little bit too small. This one I am particularly fond of. I have named it the Dagger of Betrayal, and it is a wicked little thing. Black obsidian with a red stone on the pommel. It gleams in the moonlight, but lacks that luster in the daytime. Then it looks dull and unassuming. This blade turns on its wielder in crucial moments, causing attacks to miss. It is prone to slip out of your hand and cut you or stab you in the foot, and sometimes it even strikes at the allies if your attention is not on it. If you wish to purchase this one, make sure to gift it to someone that will not linger in your presence. For a less violent option, I have the Book of False Knowledge, an ancient tome, leather-bound with gilded edges, filled with seemingly valuable information. But the writings within are incorrect and misleading, yet the reader will believe them blindly, and thus be misinformed, fail exams, make poor decisions, and embarrass themselves in company. If you wish to make a fool of someone who has made a fool out of you, this book would be my recommendation. The Staff of Powerlessness would be a fitting gift for an arrogant or evil spellcaster. Its appearance is that of a gnarled wooden staff with glowing runes emitting a pale purple light. It is made in the likeness of a druid staff, the ones known to be excellent conduits of magic, but it has in fact the opposite effect. Instead of enhancing the user's magical abilities, it drains them, rendering the user unable to cast spells effectively or at all. In a fight, this could prove fatal. Do not give this to someone you merely wish to annoy or inconvenience. The Mask of Deception is a porcelain mask with a serene, smiling expression. When worn, it molds to the wearer's face and is not detectable to others. The wearer cannot convey their true thoughts and feelings, as the mask causes all their words to be interpreted as lies, or deceptions. They will not be believed unless they lie. The mask cannot be removed by the wearer, and as per its effects, it will also be very difficult to get someone else to remove it for them. The Lantern of Shadows is an old antique. This one has been with me for a long time. The metal has developed a natural patina, giving it a weathered look. The sides have embossings of intricate leaves and flowers, but if you look closely, you can see little scheming faces peeking out at you between the foliage. In addition to illuminating your path, this lantern creates illusory monsters that frighten and confuse the holder. The Bracelet of Binding is a delicate silver chain with tiny charms all around it. Once you put it on, it tightens around your arm. Within seconds, it will be so tight that it causes your arm to ache. The wearer will not be able to take it off, but neither will they be injured by it. The ache, however, will be constant and without relief, shooting arrows of pain up and down the arm. This one is best given to someone who has relentlessly bothered you in the past, not letting up no matter what you did. The Hourglass of Lost Time is a beautifully carved item. The glass bulbs sits within a blue and golden frame, and the sand itself sparkles and chimes very faintly. When the hourglass is turned, the one who turned it will find the lower bulb to instantly be full, and the upper one empty. And yet a whole hour has passed. Although this is technically a curse, I have on occasion used this myself if I am sick of waiting for something and just want the hour to pass. Used unknowingly, someone can lose track of time, be late for appointments, or sometimes lose whole days of their lives. That is the extent of my inventory tonight. The cursed artifacts are, as you might have noticed, imbued with binding magic, making most of them difficult or impossible to remove without magical aid. If it were not so, their purpose would soon be thwarted. The binding magic itself, rather than the curses, attracts mages to my little wandering shop. Binding magic is somewhat of a lost art, exceedingly powerful but difficult to master. If you were to regret your purchase here, it would not be difficult to sell the cursed item with a profit, I believe, to any magic wielder in your area. Most would want to study it to further their own understanding of binding magic. You still look doubtful. I can see it in your eyes. You are hesitant. The ones who have hurt you, did they have second thoughts? When you confronted them, did they regret? Did they understand? Did they listen? If you let it go, forgive and forget and they hurt you again, you will feel like a fool for letting your guard down, for thinking it would not happen again. Revenge balances the scales. Taking action is liberating. It can set you free. People do not really change. For as long as they can get away with it, they will keep doing it. Your silence is their permission. But I see there is no swaying you. You have made up your mind. If you can truly rise above it, you're a better person than I am. But if you at some point find that you cannot, you know how to find me. Let the burning anger in your gut lead your steps through the night forest, and before you know it, you will once again glimpse the warm glow of my campfire through the trees. So perhaps we shall meet again the next time you've had enough. Until then, I bid you good night.